All right, we're going to continue on with solving a triangle. Just remember always to label your triangle as consistently as possible. In other words, perfectly. Your angles are always uppercase, your sides are lowercase, and the lowercase letters are opposite to the uppercase letters. It's that simple. But every time I mess up on a triangle solution, it's because I forgot to label it consistently. So you can profit from my mistakes if you're smart. So always do it consistently, and then when you're through, check your work. So we're going to solve this triangle with the law of sines because we can. And we have an angle of 67 degrees. Turn over there. A is 67. And side A is 97 even, and then side C is 80 even. So let's go ahead and use the law of sines on that, and that's saying that the sine of A over A is equal to the sine of C over C. So just enter 67, get the sine of that. You don't have to convert to decimal if it's an even figure, so 67 sine, and then divide that by 97, and you get this teeny tiny number, 0.009 or 0.009489741, which doesn't mean anything to anybody, except that if you take 80 and multiply that figure by 80, then you get the sine of C, which you can then convert to a usable angle. So let's do that. Times 80 equals another insignificant number, but that's the actual sine of angle C. So let's convert that, and we get a decimal value. Then we get degrees, minutes, and seconds. We get 49, 23, 30.8. And you add that to 67, and you get 30.8, 23, 16, carry 1, and you get 111. And then subtract that from 180, in other words, 179, 59, 60, 30.8, 23, 116. What do we get? We get 0.2, 29.26, 3, and 3, and 6. So 63, 36, 29.2. Now, we already know that triangle is going to work out to 180. But since we don't have any angles that are greater than 90 degrees, the law of sines is going to work. So anyway, that is, this is 40, this angle C is 49, 23, 30.8. So we know that angle B is 63, 36, 29.2. And go ahead and carry the decimals on the seconds. It makes you feel important, and your work turns out better every time. So you can do sine A over A is equal to sine B over B. You could just flop the whole thing around. It's just as easy to do one thing as the other. So just rewrite the equation. I hate solving for denominators and having to inverse and all that, so let's just say that C is equal to sine C, or sine A over A divided by sine C. And you can go back to your algebra book to get that, because that's just substitution. So let's go sine A over A. And by the way, when you did that the first time, you should have stored it. So let's see, 67 divided by 97 equals 67 sine divided by 97 equals a little bitty number, and then divide that by the sine of C, or excuse me, by the sine of B. Now I'm doing the right thing. I knew there was something wrong with this. So we're trying to solve for B, and we use the sine of B. So anyway, we've got our figure for here. Now divide that by the sine of B, which is 63, 36, 29.2. Convert that to decimal, and then get the sine of that, and now equals a figure we shouldn't have.